Yes, actually, we're all winners in this programme because today we're looking behind the scenes at the award ceremonies. We're asking, why do the winners win? How do the losers feel? And we have one star with us who has won more awards than any other actress in Britain today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dame Thora Hird. Thora, thank you so much for coming.
Pleasure.
Now, you have one of your more recent awards here with you. Which one's that?
Yeah, well, you see, you feel so swanky when you're being interviewed like this.
Yes, yes.
But that is for the best actress on television for
Yes.
last year.
Right. How many times have you won that one?
Twice.
Ever been won by the same actress twice?
Yeah, you were going to say by an actress, weren't you?
No, I wasn't.
I don't know.
You've received Lifetime Awards, you've received Best Actress Awards, you've received all these things.
13.
13 of them.
Lucky for some.
Do you happen to have a list?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
Brilliant. Shall I read them all? Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
Look at this. Isn't it wonderful? For variety, for comedy, special role of honour, lifetime achievement, best actress. Which is your favourite one? Looking back over all the years, which is your favourite award you've ever had?
Well, I suppose the first one.
Which was?
Which was an Alan Bennett play. And I got the BAFTA.
Was that the cream cracker?
Under the settee,
Under the settee. Well, actually, we have a shot of you receiving that award. Shall we have a look at it? This was in 1989.
For any actress to achieve, let alone one in her 70s. 4 times nominated before, she wins tonight.
You wouldn't expect me not to thank dear Innes Lloyd, dear Stuart Burge, and Mr. Wonderful, Alan Bennett.
Now that, can I say, was a terribly tidy speech. You didn't burst into tears.
No.
No. And you kept it sort of short and to the point.
Yeah.
Some speeches ramble on, you'll have noticed.
Well, with that, I'm honestly, and God is listening,
Yes.
I didn't know I'd won it.
Yeah.
I was sitting there as far back in the dining room as you could. I mean, it was a day's walk to get through to this. And I didn't know I'd won it, and I was very glad I had.
Were you preparing your face? Because I always feel quite sorry for the people who have to appear in the cutaways and who haven't won.
I've thought of that.
Yes.
It'd be a good part for Benny to write for me, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
Yes. No, I wasn't, no.
You weren't preparing yourself to look
For the
brave.
disappointment.
No.
No, I wasn't.
So, you've had you're the dame of the British Empire and...
Well, I'm proud of that.
Yes.
And I'm proud of the OBE.
Yes.
Which I got before I got the dame, and then the dame.
Yes. So, putting that in the context of your extraordinary career, you really are thrilled when you get awards like this one. It does make a difference to you?
Yes, I am, and I'll just tell you something that gives me a very big thrill.
Go on.
It's a little silver medal, and it says, I'm Thora Hird, for never missing school and never being late for a year.
What do you think? But actually, in case there's anyone here that wonders whether you deserve that first of your BAFTA Awards for Best Actress, we have got a clip from A Cream Cracker Under the Settee, which, of course, was written by Alan Bennett. Say that to me again.
It makes me cry when I watch it. And it's me. I think, well, it's me acting or something.
But it is. It's very, very moving. Now, right now, every award that's going is going to you, rightly.
Oh, well. Well, I flew to America 3 weeks ago to get the Emmy.
What was that for?
Acting.
Yes, I knew. Well, I didn't think it was a cookery award,
no.
Thora, I promise you. Acting in what?
In Lost for Words.
Oh, fantastic. That's what you got that for as well.
Yes.
Another deeply moving part.
It's a bit, wasn't it?
It was. It was. Does that reduce you to tears as well?
Yes, not as much as, though, Cracker.
No.
And I mean, that's 10 years ago, Cracker.
I know.
And people still say to me in the street, they call it cream cracker under the sofa. It's had every digestive biscuit under the something. It's had every title.
Yeah. But you were saying you were flying to get your Emmy.
Yes, my daughter went with me, and that's international.
Yes, of course it is.
And I thought it was very kind. The Prime Minister wrote to me.
What did he say?
Well, he was congratulating me and said how proud he was and one thing and another. So, and his wife wrote to me with another stamp, another envelope.
Well, that's a bit, excuse me, that's a bit wasteful, isn't it?
Well, it is really,
Yes.
with the country in the state. It
Yes,
is.
yes.
And I wrote and thanked him very much for the letter.
Yes.
And I said I was very proud that it had come to England, where some of the best acting was to be found, as he would agree if he watched the 3 o'clock television in Parliament, you know.
Yes,
because
yes.
they're all acting, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. We've also got another award winner here in the studio, Newscaster of the Year this year, Dermot, and Interviewer of the Year a couple of years ago. Does that make a difference to the way you look at your work?
No. I mean, being a cynical journalist, I suppose I take a rather modest view of it. I mean, I'm not sure it's a true reflection of my abilities.
What's a reflection of that?
Well, it's a reflection of what other people think of you, but, you know,
Yes.
I know that there are an awful lot of good people out there doing the job I do, colleagues, rivals that perhaps deserved it just as much as me, but I happen to pick it up this year.
Well, you have to say that, don't you? But at that moment when they call your name out, it must be a moment where you really feel that's nice.
Oh, yeah, you think, oh, good, I'm glad I got it. You know, it didn't
Yes.
get me a pay rise, though, you know.
Well, that's the other thing, Thora. Do these awards get people work? Does it improve your chances of getting another job? I've heard it said that they don't.
Well, we hope, don't we?
I mean, you've never been out of work, of course.
No, but I could be.
No, you won't be out of work. So, what do you think it's for, this particular award that you got? What qualities is it for, do you think?
Well, I think my middle name might have been Buggins and it was my turn. No, I mean, in all honesty, I think, you know, it's not for me to say what it's for. Newscaster of the Year is rather an intangible thing, isn't it? You know, what does that mean? And it also means that you can't be it next year, so it's, you know, you've got a year's reign.
So unlike Thora, you can't be it 2 years.
Well,
in
yes, you
succession.
can win. Trevor McDonald has won it 3 years
Yes.
out of the last 4, I think, or something like that. So it's nice to pick it up from Trevor. I think the nicest thing about an award like that is that it's your peer group who vote for it or elect you.
So the judges in this case are what? Are news producers? Or?
Well, this is the Television, Radios and Industries Club, so
Yes.
there's a vote amongst that society. So they know the industry, and if they've chosen you, that's nice to have. You know, it doesn't go to your head, but it's appreciated.
I just wondered what it is about newscasting, because it is a very popular award. It always gets a lot of publicity, doesn't it? I suppose it's because you're in our homes more than anybody else, and you're telling us the most crucial facts of the day. So if you win that award, it must be because we believe you, is it? Or because we
hope
like
so.
you? I don't know.
Even better.
Yes. But is it about skill, do you think? Is it about the fact that you actually read it best?
Well, that's it, isn't it? I can't judge.
No.
You know, the fact that I'm still working perhaps means that people think, yes, I am okay at it. You know, I mean, I certainly wouldn't say that I was the best in the world at it. You know, I see people that I admire and like and think, wow, they're great. I wish I could just do that. I'm not naming names.
What about the Interviewer of the Year? Now, that was interesting, because you won that for a particular interview, didn't you?
Yeah, I think that's more obvious, and you know, I was perhaps a little more pleased about winning that, in that it was for journalistic endeavour, which is first and foremost what I am.
Who were you
I think
interviewing?
Peter Mandelson, who was then Secretary of State for Trade and Industry, about his rather, how should I say, complicated home loan, which came to light at the end of 1998. And I asked him a certain question about the money and where it had come from and who he declared it to. Yes. He gave a response which was fairly equivocal, which later turned out to perhaps not be the whole truth, and you know, he then resigned.
I think we've actually
later.
got that interview. Let's have a look at that particular question and that equivocal answer.
When you got the loan from Mr. Robinson, did you tell any other people, organisations that had loaned you money, did you tell them about that loan?
No, and I'm not quite sure why I would need to or who I would tell. It was a personal arrangement made between us, and one that was quite straightforward. I mean, big in scale, I readily acknowledge that. You know, but people do borrow money from friends and colleagues.
But when
In
one
this
borrows
case,
from the bank or a building society, there's a section to fill in, I'm sure.